Alright, so last episode I showed you guys the discardables team that we made, and I say that because you could pretty much discard every single one of these players and get your coins back, and that's kind of why I did it, as well as the interesting players, because for whatever reason, a lot of these guys got stuck in the transfer market, so I'm like, you know what, I'm not really going to risk any expensive players, so I went for another team where you could get for relatively cheap. I think this is like a 15k team, but anyways, we have Handanovic, Chiellini, Agbana, Caceres, De Rossi, Michael Essien, El Shaarawy, Balotelli, Hamsik, Muriel, and Cuadrado at that right mid position. So that's kind of the next team that we're going to be using. Pretty good looking team, honestly. I've never used this formation on this FIFA. I did a lot in FIFA 12 or 13, I believe, and it was a really good formation, but I don't know anymore. So let's head into the goals. Now, if you haven't been playing FIFA recently, then you don't know how much of a mess it is. Constant disconnections, and that's coming from a person who hardly disconnects. I could literally count the amount of times I've been disconnected from a game, and it's doubled just this weekend. For whatever reason, Ultimate Team has been an absolute mess. Disconnects here, left, right, and center, and we actually disconnect from the first game. We go right into the next game, and at this point, I'm extremely frustrated. I've had troubles with the trade pile, getting these players on the team. It's just been an extremely frustrating day, and unfortunately for this guy, I took it out on him. Goal after goal after goal with the Serie A team. With that being said, the Serie A team felt amazing. Everyone seemed to be in place, everything felt right about this team. That being said, we weren't coming up against the greatest chemistry team, so it's very easy for me to say that this team felt amazing, but it truly did, and everyone was just there at all times. That being said, the game got completely out of hand because this guy he didn't stand a chance. I was angry, I was pushing for goals, and the team that I had was very, very good and very overpowered with Muriel. He's an amazing striker, and you guys will see a little bit of him in this game. Nonetheless, Balotelli bounces it off the keeper and actually gets the rebound himself for the 7th goal of the game, and just when you thought it'd be over, I go ahead and pass it off to Muriel, and he does a nice little cheeky finish into the back of the net with the 360, I don't know, back heel kick, I suppose. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Here's a few different camera angles because I was actually surprised that I pulled that one off. And if you guys look at it, I actually almost missed it, which would have been just as embarrassing for him as it was for him. Look at that. Just narrowly was able to keep that one in. Nonetheless, 8 goals. Nice little goal to finish it off. I felt like I should at least go for something fancy since I'd sweated him with 7 goals up. And we end up winning, unsurprisingly, 8-0. And I'm like, wow, this team is really, really good. We get our 13 points in the league, which means that one more win will do it. And unfortunately, we're already down 2 contracts on this team. We've only played 1 match because right away we disconnected on the first one, but that doesn't matter because we still lose contracts. So right away we head into the next team, and I figured, yeah, we could probably handle this team. And it looks like a really nice team. The thing, it's a 4-1-2-1-2, and we're in Division 8, so I essentially know my opponent pretty well. Although he does score right away, he gets a goal in the 35th minute from an amazing shot with Hazard. However, like I said, I practically know my opponent, and I'm able to, counter him and get myself back onto the score sheet. And he is able to get himself yet another goal from a ridiculous through pass. How that made it through, I don't know, but he gets himself a goal. And before I'm able to come back, and in fact, I'm actually on his side of the field, we disconnect, so we lose 3 contracts, 1 from an actual match and 2 from disconnects. So whether I would have won that game or not, I don't really know. I guess it's up to you guys, but that's 2 matches that we've been disconnected and 2 contracts that we can't get back. So that's going to be the end for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, the links to that will be in the description below. Other than that, hope you guys have a great day or night depending on when you're watching this. Peace.